Hey everybody, welcome back into another Entrepreneur Code videocast with me, your host, the highly intelligent Tim Knox. And I can say I'm highly intelligent because I'm wearing my smart glasses. Now they're not like a smartphone, they don't do anything, but the guy at the store told me they made me look smarter. Who am I to argue, you know? But the truth of the matter is, while I may not be smart, I do think a lot. Do you think a lot? Are you one of those people who sit around and think all the time? You always got thoughts running through your head like dogs chasing cats. Squirrel. Are you one of those people? Do you think too much? I want to tell you a little story today about a time when I was accused of thinking too much. Believe it or not. It was many years ago, probably 30 some odd years ago. That tells you how old I am. But I remember that I was working for a company, and you might remember in the last video, I did a video on crappy bosses, and the question was, have you ever had a crappy boss? Have you ever been a crappy boss? And if you watched that video, you'll recall that my number one crappiest boss I ever had was a woman. She wasn't a girl, she was in her 30s, although she tried to act 20, named Cindy. And go watch that video. I don't want to rehash Cindy. I have like PSTB or PTSD. Yeah, from my time with Cindy. But my second worst boss was a guy named Jim. And Jim had been with the company for decades and decades. He was on the border of retirement. And I was this young graphic designer who was full of ideas and thoughts. And well, to be quite honest with you, Jim didn't know what to do with me because I would come into Jim's office and I would reel off my latest idea, unsolicited because I was a giver, but I was also a thinker. I was always thinking of these ideas, and I would come in and I would tell Jim my ideas. And I'll never forget one day, before I could even open my mouth, Jim goes, "Knox, just stop. Just stop. I don't want to hear your ideas. I don't want to hear what you think. The fact of the matter is, Knox, you think too much." Now, this was a new wrinkle in the Knox fabric. I had never, even at an early age, been accused of thinking too much. I was often accused of not thinking enough. My wife will tell you to this day, I don't think at all sometimes. There are whole days when I go through without having a thought. But at the time, again, I was young, and being told that I think too much was quite a blow to me because I thought that's what you were supposed to do. I thought you were supposed to think. And no, not in this case. Jim says, look, all I want you to do is come in 8 o'clock in the morning, stay here until 5, and just do your job. Just do what's written on your job description. In fact, do you need a copy of your job description? And he reached in the drawer and he pulled out a copy of my job description and handed it to me. It seems Jim was prepared. So I tucked my tail between my legs, which was much easier to do when I was young, and I slinked back to my cubicle, and along the way I started to think. I started thinking, maybe I'm not cut out for this corporate life. I started thinking, maybe I would be better off doing my own thing. And I started thinking about starting a business and leaving corporate life. And a few months later, that's what I did. I remember walking into Jim's office and saying, "Jim, I'm turning in my 2-week notice." And he looked at me and he goes, "Knox, I think you're crazy." To which I replied, "Jim, you think too much." I cannot tell you how good that felt, and the business that I left to endeavor was an adventure on its own. Maybe I'll do another video on how that turned out. But for the moment, I was thinking too much, but I was thinking the right thoughts. I was thinking, hey, I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I've always been an entrepreneur. I've had little businesses since I was little. I've always had side businesses. So I think that I am not cut out for corporate life. I'm going to go do my own thing. Now you might ask, after all these years, am I still upset with good old Jim for saying that I think too much? Actually, I'm not. Think of it this way. Good old Jim did me a huge favor by saying that because it got me to thinking about starting my own business and branching out and starting a life and doing all kinds of things that I hadn't thought of to that point. So in Jim's own weird, angry, burnt out, pissed off kind of way, he motivated me to leave the corporate world and start my journey as an entrepreneur, or as my daughter calls me, an entrepreneur. So am I upset with Jim? I think not. It's because of Jim that I'm here today talking to you. So the question I'm asking you, the question I'm asking you is, do you think too much? Have you been accused of thinking too much? Are the thoughts that you're thinking good thoughts or bad thoughts? Are they thoughts about your future, about what you're going to do? Or are they bad thoughts about, your current situation and how much it sucks and how you think you can never get out of the hole you're in? So my advice to you, my young or old friends, that's right, even old people think now and then. I wasn't thinking when I bought these glasses, but I have all of you to tell me what a moron I am for wearing them. So there's the question, folks. Do you think too much? And are the thoughts you're having productive or are they negative? And if they're negative, you just need to stop. I think you need to stop. There's my advice. Hey, if you would like more silliness and logic, subscribe to this video. I do these videos 2 or 3 times a week, and God forbid you miss this. I mean, this is an entertainment value because it's free, right? Okay, so subscribe to this. Get over to my website, timknox.com. I've got like 20 different websites where you can go check out everything I'm doing. Don't forget entrepreneur-code.com, timknox.com. Subscribe. Check us out on Facebook. And when I say us, I mean me and the many voices in my head. It's a group effort. But I'm on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, all over the place. And hey, if you've got a question or a topic on the subjects of business, just send them to me and hell, I'll address them. I think a lot. I'll think about it and I'll tell you what I think. Hey, also don't forget, I have a brand new free WordPress course just for you. Did I mention it's free if you're looking to build your own blog or website? The link is down there somewhere. So, hey guys, that's going to do it. I think I'm going to put on my smart glasses and get my coffee mug. And I think Annie needs to go outside. What great timing. Think